Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Richie Sky. We are back with yet another video. Let me tell y'all, the news is popping off this week, okay? It's popping off. I'm down here in Atlanta trying to get some things done, and listen to me when I tell you the news just keeps jumping. Okay, first things first, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button so that you can be clued into when we drop new content right here on this channel, okay? You don't want to miss a beat because a lot is going down this week. And it's December, y'all. I thought the news was gonna be light, but nope. Let's get into it because we gotta talk Married to Medicine. Now, I don't know if y'all been hiding under a rock or whatnot, but in case you guys didn't see Sunday night's episode of Married to Medicine, there was this moment where Dr. Heavenly basically outed Quad as to having slept with Common the rapper. Oh yes, my twin bro. Dr. Heavenly let this slip out. Basically, the ladies were playing a game. They had dedicated the night to Quad, who was single, who was still on the trip, yet knocking it out of the park, as Dr. Simone says. And basically, they were playing a game of, I think it was like, people that they would be with or whatever. You know, all the ladies were, just kind of talking, and some women were saying Will Smith, some were saying Barack Obama. And then when it came to Quad, she really couldn't come up with an answer of anybody. And then Dr. Heavenly just chimes in Common, B-I-T-C-H, before Quad could really even get an answer. And then acted as if this statement was just a slip of the tongue. Heavenly then said, she done already effed him. I'm sorry, did I get permission to share that? So Quad responds, absolutely not, before adding that the rapper and actor is dating someone right now. Now, it's no secret that Common has been dating or in a relationship with Miss Angela Rye, who is a CNN commentator. Okay, so now the couple publicly shared their relationship status with Angie Martinez back in August of this year. And we'll get more on that in just a second, okay? Now, unfortunately, Quad's rejection of the statement was not really enough to keep the rumors from growing into a firestorm for news outlets. So eager to get the facts straight, Quad spoke directly to BET, and here is what she had to say. She said this: rumors get started when a person wants to think more about the ratings and less about loyalty and friendship, she tells BET. I don't know why she would jeopardize our friendship for entertainment purposes. Everything is not a joke. I don't know Common. I don't have his phone number, and we have never shared the same space. I met him once during an interview with Sister Circle. This was a very professional setting, and I take my career very seriously. I do not use it as a dating ground, she continued. I'm so very disappointed in Heavenly, and I don't think she realizes the repercussions of making such false statements. Common is in a flourishing relationship, and he may marry Angela one day. He does not need a terrible rumor like this to ruin their black love. I respect Common and Angela Rye as two very intelligent and beautiful people that are doing amazing things for our people. She also made it clear that what Heavenly did was an attack on my professional reputation as a talk show host. My professional life is completely independent of my personal life. She ended with, her actions are not the actions of a true friend. What is most hurtful is that we were close for the last 2 to 3 years, and what she did was very lowbrow and inconsiderate. Once again, a black woman trying to tear down black women. Now, we all know that the reunion show is just right around the corner, but let's break all of this down real quick so we can give you guys an idea of what this all really means. All right, guys, so I had to do some digging. I had to find out exactly when this interview might have occurred between Common and Ms. Quad. Now, if you look on YouTube, you can actually find that the interview took place on May 20th, or at least that's when it aired on YouTube. So the interview had to have taken place around that point in time. So that was May 20th, okay? So if that interview was at that point in time, I'm trying to think of how Dr. Heavenly would know this information, because Dr. Heavenly said it as though it was fact, okay? And as though she said it as if Quad had actually told her this in confidence, okay? So we also know that Married to Medicine was still filming for season 7. If you guys check out urbanbellmag.com on May 26th, they were still filming because photos were being posted of the cast at that point in time. So we do know that during this period of time, whenever they were filming, was also when Quad had actually interviewed Common. Now we can also tell by the hairstyle that she has on the show at that time, and in this interview, it's the same blonde wig. So we know it was around the same point in time. The reason why I'm pulling this information together is I'm trying to understand why Dr. Heavenly would make this assertion out loud to the group as if it was true. Like, why would she just make up that information? Like, why would she just make that up out of thin air? Now, I'm definitely not saying that Quad is lying, and I'm definitely not saying that she doesn't have a right to be angry, because she does have a right to be angry about somebody outing her personal business. But I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I feel like Dr. Heavenly really does tell it like it is. I feel like she spills all the tea about behind the scenes drama. If you guys watch her Heaven Help Us blog on YouTube, it is always filled with extra behind the scenes tidbits. A lot of you guys will even come back and talk to me about things that you guys have seen on her page, as well as in conjunction to things that I might have talked about on my blog. So ultimately, what we do know is that Dr. Heavenly does reveal a lot of tea. Now, with regards to this statement, to me, I guess it's understandable why Quad would not want this information out there, because at that time, she was still technically married. Although her and Dr. Eugene were separated, the divorce process was still going on. And in fact, it wasn't until just recently that the divorce was actually finalized. So for real, it probably wouldn't look that good, although it would technically be her prerogative if she did have some sort of relations with Common at that point in time. Now, at this point, Common hasn't spoken now. We haven't heard anything from Angela Rye either. But here is this. It was just reported in I guess it was August of 2019 that Angela and Common were indeed back together, based on what Common had essentially confirmed. So here's what we know. Dr. Heavenly has put this information out there. Quad does admit to interviewing him, which we can find on YouTube on May 20th or around that time. They were still filming Married to Medicine at least those 6 days after that, because what we've seen on urbanbellmag.com. So we know that filming was still going on. We also recognize this blonde wig that she had in the interview as one that she's worn during the show as well. So now we know that Quad is basically saying that Dr. Heavenly has lied about this. Now, we have heard no word from Dr. Heavenly about any confirmation or denial or whatever. But I would not be surprised if she didn't say something at some point. But also, too, in my mind, my thought is this. When that actually happened during filming, why is it, and I don't know what the relationship has been between them since, but I knew that before all of this, we see that Quad and Dr. Heavenly seem to have a pretty good relationship. So I'm curious as to whether or not that changed during the time of filming, whether she got mad at that moment, or whether she's just reacting to all the news outlets basically questioning whether or not this was true, because it's pretty big news. I mean, this like you're sleeping with a celebrity at this point. And granted, Quad is also a celebrity in her own right. It adds a little bit of salaciousness to it, given that Common is now in a relationship. And we don't know the exact specifics of when him and Angela got back together, but it could look very damaging if they were together at that point in time and what Dr. Heavenly said if it happened around that same time. So we don't really know exactly what to make of any of this, but what I want to know is, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Now, we know that Angela Rye and Common had been in an off and on situation, or they had taken some time apart, but yet they still remain friends. Do you guys think that they actually did sleep together and Quad is basically trying to save face with this? Or do you think that Dr. Heavenly simply pulled this out of thin air and just said something to be scandalous and salacious? Or do you think that she just blurted out what she had heard herself firsthand from either Quad or someone close to her? I don't know, guys. Like, this situation to me is really, really crazy. I mean, it really goes down, what it boils down to is the boundaries and the lines of friendship. I am sure that if you're listening to this video right now, you have told one of your friends that you might have had relations or something with somebody else, and you expected that information to remain private, you know, and if they ever repeated it, you would feel hurt and dismayed by it. But again, I want to know what you guys think. Who do you guys believe? Let me know down in the comment section below. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell button so you can be clued into when we drop new content right here on this channel. And I will see you guys in the next video.